Welcome guys to our preview of every single NFL teams for the upcoming 2024 season. We are in the AFC South with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Football. Yeah, let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last season, the Jacksonville Jaguars finished 9-8. Didn't get a playoff place last year. 9-8, missed out on the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence still looks like they may have their guy in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence had a really good season last year in passing yards. He had 4,016 yards passing. Not a bad. It looks like they have their guy in Jacksonville. After all those drafts and quarterbacks, and they have their guy in Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence. Now the thing is, they have to now get to championship games, get to the Super Bowl, and try to win a championship. You have your guy at quarterback, so that you finally got the most important thing addressed, which is the quarterback. You have your guy in Trevor Lawrence. He put up over 4,000 yards passing last year. So the additions that they added in for the draft: Brian Thompson Jr. from LSU, wide receiver. Jarrian Jones, cornerback from FCU. Javon Foster, offensive tackle. So what I like here is they've added somebody, the wide receiver, and Brian Thompson Jr. They've added Jarrian Jones at the cornerback and on that defensive side of the ball, and then Javon Foster on the offensive tackle from Missouri. And then the last draft pick, I don't know if he's going to get game time or not, but he could get a couple cameos. Jordan Jefferson, defensive tackle. So again, I'm interested to see if he gets any game time or not. Additions that also they signed in the off season: Ari Armstead, defensive end. Gabe Davis, which I think is a great addition. I was talking before about the Houston Texans and how they got Stephon Diggs. This is a good addition with Gabe Davis. Him and Josh Allen they've had a good chemistry, put some good numbers as well. Gabe Davis, so again that's a good addition from the Bills. Wide receivers, you're giving Trevor Lawrence another weapon to work with. Trey Flowers, cornerback, and then they got Mac Jones. He was part of this trade with New England. Because I was in New England, they was like, no, he's not our guy. Mac Jones isn't the guy. We've got Drake May. So Mac Jones, again, to me, it's like I don't understand like this Mac Jones trade. Like, he's not going to be starting over Trevor Lawrence. Like, Trevor Lawrence is your guy, unless obviously in case Trevor Lawrence gets injured. But yeah, like there's other teams that could need a quarterback in the league that would, again, Mac Jones would be an okay stopgap to have him for a year, and then you could trade him away to somebody else. But yeah, that's kind of like, to me, I don't understand the trade of having Mac Jones coming in. Doesn't make any sense to me, especially when you have a guy at quarterback that is way better than Mac Jones and has way more of the strength. He's well more rounded than Mac Jones. Then we have the schedule. So their opening schedule, they're on the road to the Dolphins. So they have a tough road game against the Dolphins week 1. Week 2 they have the Browns. Week 3 they have Texans. So they have a division game against the Houston Texans. Then you have the Eagles on the road. The Philadelphia Eagles, that's another tough game for them. Week 12 they have a bye week. Week 12 then they have a home game against the Houston Texans. Week 13. Week 14 against the Titans. Week 15 and 16 you have the Jets and they have the Raiders. And then we go to week 17 and 18, near the end of the season, we have the Titans again. Week 17. So yeah, they have the Titans on the road, then they have a home game against the Titans as well. Then they have the Colts on the last day, so they have the Indianapolis Colts on the last day of the season. And again, look at that AFC South. The Tennessee Titans got a new head coach. Is Anthony Richardson going to be the guy? I know he got a concussion last year and was injured. So that's a question mark. Is Will Levis going to be the guy? So there's question marks on Will Levis, question marks on Anthony Richardson. I look at the Jags. They've got the quarterback. I feel that they've addressed the areas that they needed to address in the off season. Gabe Davis is a good addition in that offensive side of the ball. To me, I'm going to say they finish second again, behind the Texans. Maybe get to a wild card or something like that. But yeah.